So, Tariq Nasheed destroys the white supremacist narrative? Coming right up. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Common Sense, Logic, and Reason. And as always, I want to say thank y'all for joining me today. So, as we know, Tariq Nasheed is known for constantly crying about white supremacy. Matter of fact, the whole basis of his race hustle narrative is white supremacy. They just keep repeating white supremacy all the time. Now, the question is that, well, what exactly is white supremacy stopping him from doing? And he's never said. Matter of fact, we all saw what happened when he was on Jesse Peterson's show. But white supremacy doesn't seem to be holding him back and stopping him from doing anything. You know, it's not stopping him. It didn't stop him from teaching math lessons. No. Right? White supremacy isn't stopping him from traveling, from making music, making documentaries. You know, white supremacy isn't stopping his guns from going pap, pap. Right? And not only that, white supremacy pays him to lecture to them on their college campuses. And according to him, they pay up front. Right? Now, Sun Tzu said in The Art of War, if you see your enemy destroying himself, don't stop him. Let your enemy continue to destroy himself. And Tariq Nasheed destroyed himself. He basically, in that debate with Myron Gains and Sneeko, he literally made the white supremacist narrative irrelevant.
United States.
Tariq, I have a question. Why do all black millionaires and billionaires buy houses in white communities? Why do you think that?
Well, if we live in a white community, it ain't a white community then, is it?
Now, to get the full context of what happened here, because I'm a firm believer in getting full context as opposed to leftists who use convenient context, but Myron basically checked Tariq Nasheed about living in white neighborhoods, because they always talk about white supremacy, the white devils, all these race hustlers, but they always move in neighborhoods surrounded by these white devils. Now, Tariq Nasheed's response to that was, well, if I live there, it's not a white neighborhood. In other words, because black people live in the neighborhood, it's no longer just a white neighborhood, which is true. However, though, it's still majority white with what they're saying. But here's the problem with that argument, though, is when he said this, he doesn't realize what the damage he did to his own narrative, and that is crying about white supremacy. Because if you look at what's being labeled as white supremacy, you know, America's the most powerful nation on the face of this planet. So we always hear white supremacy directed at America, whether it be inside the country or globally. They say that America is quote unquote imperializing other nations and flexing its muscle on other people. It's mostly directed at America, right? But here's the problem. In America, black folks are here, let's say, and black folks participate in government from federal to city, local, state. Black people are very basically participate in governmental, basically government as much as at anybody. I mean, if you look at the federal government, I believe that there are like 530 something congressmen in DC, and basically about 60 or so are black. So we are 13% of the population, but blacks are something like 12% of Congress. So blacks are well represented in Congress based off of percentage of population. So if black folks are participating in government, then how can it be white supremacy according to his logic? That it can't be white supremacy. Majority white neighborhoods. It can't be white neighborhoods if he's there. So how is it white supremacy if black folks are there? And not only that, but how many black lobbyists are there in DC? And then we talk about local politicians. They always say that local politicians have more impact upon you than federal. So if black folks, where black people are the majority of governmental structures are being run by blacks. So aren't black people there? Once again, like I say, his white supremacist narrative is no longer viable. It's been rendered innate because he did this. Anytime he tries to cry white supremacy, all people have to do is say, well, it's not white supremacy anymore because black folks are there. Black folks are there participating in government. Black folks are participating in the creation of laws just as much as white people. So this can no longer be white supremacy as long as black people are there. And like I say, all he does is talk about white supremacy all day. Well, whenever he says white supremacy, all you have to do is say it's no longer white supremacy anymore. And he can't challenge that because out of the words of his mouth, like what we saw basically in 10 Commandments, he said, kill the firstborn. It also killed their firstborn. And that's Ramses. So Tariq Nasheed, like I said, the only way that he can use white supremacy now, an argument of white supremacy, is if someone lets him. But I say, if he starts crying about white supremacy now, from now on, all you have to do is tell him black folks are there. And niggas, please. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on it. Tariq Nasheed destroys himself as leftists often do. And as always, y'all, until next time.